cloud coming in over there. But it's staying there, or is it getting closer? I don't feel the wind. I have the feeling the wind is holding it back because there's the darkness and I'm in the light. So we take off from the bottom of the Turtle Lake Ropeway, passing some of the larger buildings that surround the area I live in. This is only a block away from my house. And if I look down this street, the first block there's smaller buildings. I live on that street there. And there is a chaos of building styles, including ugly buildings like this one and beautiful older buildings. But I've learned to come to some sort of terms of agreement with these buildings. As I'm riding up, I'm with several Georgians who are going up there. Other people go up there too, Russians. Occasionally tourists do find this, but this is really advanced level for most tourists visiting the city. Take a hint. And this ropeway, gondola, teleferique, cable car, all the different names for these things. There's no standard name around the world. Is quite an interesting journey, and I suppose it's not a good place if you have a fear of heights, but I don't. I used to when I was young, but I got over it by simply pushing myself to get over it. A lot of people give in to their fears, but that's never a good policy. Anyway, I'm with other Georgians, and they are around me, and what they're doing is something different than from what I'm doing. I'm going to the top station of the Turtle Lake Ropeway, and then I'm going to find the trail and walk down. It's a pleasant day, and it seems like it would be a great day for this kind of a hike. And the nice thing for me, as I'm getting older, if I try to do the hike from the bottom, I get tired and then feel like turning around and going back. But if I do the hike from the top, there's no turning around and going back. You don't want to do that. So now we leave the actual Vake area of Tbilisi, and we're now in the open, forested, scrub brush first and then eventually forest as we go up the mountain. I believe this is still all Metatsminda Mountain, although somebody can correct me and tell me if this particular stretch of the mountain has a different name. What's interesting about this forested area here is that essentially this goes all the way up to Armenia. You can hike and hike and hike and hike. There are monasteries along the way. I have another video where I take a, 5-6 hour hike down through a series of mountains from the little Daba, kind of a suburb city, although it doesn't have what an American suburb would have, but the city of Kojori. And that was interesting, but you can go look that up. Look for my trip to Kojori. But what they're coming up here to do, the Georgians, is not what I'm coming up to do. They are coming up to, there's little restaurants and cafes that you can sit by the lake, Turtle Lake. I don't know why it's called Turtle Lake. Is that a trail? See, I'm looking at these trails saying, is that the trail? Some of these I've never seen before. I've walked down this several times, but we'll discuss that later. But they're going to just hang out, sit, enjoy sitting around the lake, sitting in a restaurant with open windows. Really nice place to go and hang out. And I'm thinking of that myself a little bit, whether I'd like to do that. I did bring a book to read, and actually from Turtle Lake there are trails that go further up into the mountains. And so if you want to walk from here to Metatsminda Park, you can do that. And I have a video talking about my trip up to Metatsminda Park and then across and then down to Turtle Lake. And it's a nice hike for those of you looking for more exercise. I'm looking for a more minimal amount of exercise. Anyway, we're about to arrive at the top here, and I am going to be looking for the trail that leads down. But, by the way, I am not looking out of the telephone as I'm traveling. To me, putting this up to, just looking at I'm not looking at this. I know my angles are pretty good. I'm looking with my own eyes at everything, and I recommend that heartily. Spending too much time looking at the screen is not good for you. So let's get out with these people, some of my fellow passengers. There were several more on there. And now we're going to stop at a lookout. Now, I've got something on my mind here, and it's those clouds. You can't really tell in this photo, but it's very clear that in the distance, there's full-blown rain happening. And I am starting to wonder what's going to happen. Now, because I see that darker clouds, that eliminates any sense I have of hanging out at a cafe. But now let's go ahead and walk down the road. I'll show you a little map where the trailhead is. But first we need to get on there's an extension of the road up to Turtle Lake that people drive, a regular paved road. Question: what are these plants? They have a wonderful aroma when you rub them in your hands. Maybe some sort of berry? I don't know what they grow up to be. Quite nice though. Flavorful. And then some of my favorite trail flowers right here. You never know on which one to focus on. So we'll just focus on as many as we can. Meanwhile, we'll keep looking for the way off of the road on the top here and the trail down, which I know is coming up here fairly soon. So this is a map that explains where the trailhead is. You walk further up the paved road, and right there at that turn, that's the beginning of the dirt road. And then you can walk all the way down to Vake Park. No sooner had I spoken than this opened up, and this is not the trail I've been on before, but it's open, and it looks like there's a place here for water to flow through, and more importantly, a trail. And we're going to take it because we take trails. And we're always on the lookout for new interesting trails. This should meet up with the main trail soon. Meanwhile, I'm just going to enjoy the walk. No, I think this was the trail. I remember there used to be a kind of a bicycle ramp right here, and I remember using the facilities down there. So, oh, there's the bicycle ramp right over there. So I was almost there anyway. The facilities, of course, are all around me. I'm taking a bit of an image of this so that I remember there's another trail that goes up to Turtle Lake besides the one I walked down the road to find. And this goes down to the park, though I could take that as well. But that's the bike lane, which will be smoother. Well, this might be faster. We'll see. So I think this is a newer trail that I've actually never been on before. It's quite well maintained. It's done in the style of the COVID trails. And usually I go down the other trail, although here's a vehicle trail here. So we'll see what the sign up above says. I hear someone shouting over there. And there goes the, oh, I see someone's on a, someone just went on a long zip line down to the bottom. And then the little blue speck going down is the, what do they call them here? Well, they call them the ropeway here, which always sounds funny to my ears. Gondola, cable car, tram, so many different words. Okay, we'll see where this goes. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a different trail than I've been on. I think I would choose to go down this way, but I'm going to go down this way. And I think I saw this trail from the cable car, the gondola, the teleferique. So I'm just going to keep going down this way and see where we go. Amazing aromas on this trail. Late May, always a good time for coming down the trails here. So many new flowers, all sending out their lovely fragrances into the air. So on this new trail, one thing I have learned, if we go back to the map that I showed you a few minutes ago, is that map is not this trail. This is a relatively new trail, one I haven't been on before. I don't know when it was made. I don't think it's immediate, but it certainly isn't reflected by the map I showed you. However, that's not a problem. You can take the other trails down. Anything that's basically a trail that goes downhill will take you to Vake Park from Turtle Lake. So just keep that in mind. You will be safe. It's safe up there. There's not a lot of people lurking, waiting for you or anything like that.
There's beautiful flowers which are disguising these, which I've had personal experience with in the past, the hard way. The nice thing about this trail is it doesn't have much trash that I've seen on it. Some of the impromptu trails do. And you see that dark cloud coming in over there. But it's staying there, or is it getting closer? I don't feel the wind. I have the feeling the wind is holding it back, because there's the darkness and I'm in the light. So that is a rather dismal looking cloud, which I love. Really dark.
So now I'm thinking more of getting home. Now up there, straight ahead, you can see the ropeway cable car going up the side. And this is evidently one of the trails that I saw from the cable car that I hadn't seen before. And I really like this new trail. Now, just a word of thought. There have been things going on in Tbilisi, and people are probably saying, hey, Byrne, do you have any thoughts on those? And the answer is yes, I will be making a video about those things. But I wanted to just put a normal video up first and remind everyone the channel is still active.
These towers up ahead, the access towers, are about a minute away from where I live. So, I suppose I could just keep walking that way. But we'll see. Like I say, this trail is surprisingly new to me, because I usually come down different ways, using the bike trails and the dirt roads for cars more. Lots of yellow, which makes everything pop.
And now I'm looking for the Soviet World War II Memorial, Victory Memorial.
Okay, I've come to one of the other roads I usually walk down, and let's see if I see a yellow sign here. So this will point me down there. I like that. There's no directions here. The Soviet War Memorial is right over there, which I've come down many times past that. But we're going down this way. Because this is new to me. And there's the Memorial for the Great Patriotic War, as the Soviets called it, where they lost, 30 million people? And we're almost to a road and the stairs. But this is a nice view. I'll have to see where this cuts off. I did just see some lightning there. And it's getting darker overhead. And it looks like the darkness is somewhat coming this way. So I just have to make it home in time. Who knows what it's doing up above. Ooh, more lightning. It's getting dark, and not because of the setting of the sun. More lightning coming out, but it's not directly above me yet, so I'm good. I do see off in the distance on the other side of Tbilisi dark, obviously rain-soaked patterns. Meanwhile, here we are at the Soviet War Memorial.
And there she is. But obviously it's getting darker and darker as I go. And so now my main concern is to get home before the rain.
And down below this road is Vake Park. And we're now back in a somewhat civilized area, which seems like a good place to end this video commentary. Just in time. I feel the drops of rain that I did not want to feel up in the mountain. And they're getting heavier. You don't see it on the street yet, but you will soon if this keeps up. But I can run home from here. Well, I thought I had filmed this, but my video didn't quite take. It's been raining steadily for over a half hour. I got in, I would say it started about 2 minutes, this really heavy rain, after I entered the house, and it's been thundering and there's been lightning. It's been much darker. It's lightened up a bit. It feels almost like daytime now, which it kind of is. It's about 7:45 at night. But yeah, I just missed this. If I'd spent any more time on the trail, I would have hit this.